Real Madrid were crowned champions of Europe for a 15th time at Wembley, with second-half goals from Dani Carvajal and Vinicius Jr. seeing off a brave Borussia Dortmund for a 2-0 Champions League final victory. The German side hit a post and created two more clear chances in the first half as they threatened a big upset, but Real have a unique relationship with this competition, and, with an improved display after the interval, they finally came to life. Toni Kroos, in his final game for the club, set up the opener with a corner for Carvajal to head home with 16 minutes to play, before England's Jude Bellingham rolled in Vinicius Jr. to punish a stretched Dortmund side soon after. Niklas Füllkrug, who had struck the inside of an upright earlier in the game when Dortmund were breaking through the Real backline at will, thought he'd created a big finish with a powerful header, but was flagged offside, and Dortmund's hopes of an unlikely comeback all but ended there. Real, the kings of Europe, were crowned again. The Decimoquinta secured. For the first time, it is with an unbeaten European campaign. They have needed 4 comebacks along the way, including their last-gasp turnaround against Bayern Munich in the semi-finals, and a penalty shootout victory over last season's winners Manchester City in the quarter-finals. But the Spanish champions wouldn't be denied. For Carvajal, Kroos, and teammates Nacho and Luka Modric, it is a remarkable 6th Champions League win with Real Madrid. Boss Carlo Ancelotti has now won the coveted prize 5 times as a head coach. For 20-year-old Bellingham, the first of more to come? Bellingham, the best night of my life. I've always dreamt of playing in these games. You go through life with people telling you that you can't do things. Days like this remind you. It gets hard sometimes, and you wonder whether it's worth it. But nights like this make you realize. I was all right until I saw my mum and dad. Nights like where they could have been at home by 7 o'clock, but they're out until 12 on trips to take me to football. And my little brother, who I'm trying to be a role model for. The best night of my life. How Real became champions again. The odds were always stacked against Dortmund. They had beaten them against Atletico Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain on the way to the final, but missed moments in the first half came back to cost them here. Those chances may well have played on their minds as they stood in front of their supporters, who had urged them on so loudly throughout. In the end, it was Wembley heartache again, just as in their 2013 final defeat to Bayern Munich. For the departing Marco Reus, who was there 11 years ago, it will have felt familiarly painful. A series of pitch invaders may have disrupted the start to the match, but Dortmund were quickly up to speed, picking passes in behind the Real backline for Julian Brandt to skew beyond the far post, and Karim Adeyemi to run the ball too far wide of Thibaut Courtois. Real couldn't plug the gaps, and Chelsea loanee Ian Maatsen, who was celebrating winning the championship with Burnley this time last year, rolled in Füllkrug to slide a shot against the inside of the post midway through the half. The big striker was agonizingly close again soon after, this time unable to stretch enough to angle in his header from Adeyemi's parried shot. The left winger was proving too hot to handle. Jadon Sancho on the other side was enjoying success too. Even Marcel Sabitzer was able to step forwards from midfield and force Courtois to save as Dortmund finished the half on top. Real Madrid's best moment in that first 45 had been a speculative effort from the edge of the box from Vinicius Jr. They finally made Gregor Kobel work through a Kroos free kick from an angle before Carvajal went close from the follow-up corner. The right-back's eyes lit up again moments later when his shot at the back post was deflected kindly for the keeper. Real were finally getting into gear. Courtois had to push away a Füllkrug header, but the action was now around the Dortmund goalmouth. Bellingham was inches away from flicking in Vinicius Jr.'s lofted cross, with the Brazilian laughing to himself after some trickery won Real a corner. It was the set piece that brought the breakthrough and Carvajal's second Champions League goal 9 years on from his first. A good time to add to his tally. Bellingham again went close with a deflected shot from inside the box as Real suddenly oozed confidence. Kobel had to save from Kroos, and then Eduardo Camavinga, And then Nacho. He couldn't stop Vinicius Jr.'s strike, though, a clinical finish to seal it after Bellingham capitalized on Maatsen's error to find him in space. Füllkrug thought he had grabbed his side a lifeline, but there was no stopping Real's procession to the throne once more.